Hello
Hey guys, how you doing?
and welcome back. Welcome back.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Spice of life. The spice,
Yeah.
spice, spice.
Oh ho ho
Oh.
ho. Oh. Life.
There you go. Well, got another one. We gonna continue to talk about some of the things about monitoring and things like that.
Yes.
We also got another top 10, but I may only do top 5.
Yeah.
And I'll mention that. And Angela got some more great information. Also, I just saw a CDC health alert that I'm not gonna mind. I definitely will mention it in the time allotted. So a lot coming up uh, for you guys. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Angela, what you got?
Yes. So make sure you hitting the like and subscribe. And welcome to our new subscribers. We appreciate your support. And we have a lot more to come. So we appreciate everybody's support. So thank you so much. So like, subscribe. Also, we are on Facebook. We're on Instagram as well. So those links are below. And if you want to follow our audio only podcast, there's a link below for that as well. And our website, everybody, is the www.spiceohlife.com. Also, if you follow our website, if you go to be notified whenever we post, you can do that too. You'll be notified whenever we post a video or whenever our audio podcast is available. So thanks everyone.
Very good, very good. So CDC alert. It's from a website called The Hill, which I'm not that familiar with, and it was in their health section. A writer in their health section. Her name is Tara Suter, and I hope that I pronounced that right. But it talk about a CDC issues a warning about a recall of eggs sold in 3 states
Wow.
because of salmonella poisoning. And those 3 states are, it is from, first of all, it's Milo's Poultry Farm and Tony's Fresh Market.
So that's
Branded
Is
eggs.
that Milo?
Milo.
Okay, Milo's.
Yeah, Milo's Poultry Farm and Tony's Fresh Market. They have already pulled them. They were on top of it. But the 3 stores or restaurants are located in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Illinois.
Wow. So how many people were affected by that?
Well, so far, good question. It said that the agency said that 25 hospital people have been hospitalized,
Oh wow.
and then it occurred during the outbreak that's linked to those eggs. This actually was issued today, so it was before that. Since then, all this stuff has been recalled.
Okay.
But just in case somebody may have it in their home or having opened, you might as well just go ahead and throw, according to this.
So do they have like dates to when these were sold or is that
No,
on
it
there?
doesn't
So
give dates because they have already pulled everything, and whatever that frame time, I would say that if you have them in your possession, just get rid of them.
right.
Because,
Well,
but here's the thing: there's no more of those out there now.
okay,
So this is
good.
more for like a preventive measure for just in case these were bought before you became aware of them.
So basically check your refrigerator for these eggs. You can't buy them because they've pulled them. So check and see if you got Milo's eggs and go to the CDC website and see
Our Tony Fresh Market.
Tony Fresh. Okay.
Yeah.
If you got these eggs, just go to their website and pull up more information about it. I'm sure they got lot numbers and stuff that's on there. They could verify whether they're affected.
And some of the things that's the symptoms that people vomiting, diarrhea, intense vomiting, things like that. So
Yeah.
be careful out there,
something
guys.
serious, guys. Seems like we're getting a lot more of those
Seem like it.
poison food
Recalls and stuff.
contamination and stuff and recalls. And the CDC website is a great place to go to check on other things too. So yeah, let's make sure we are taking care of ourselves and we're protecting ourselves too and our families.
And that's a good thought. I was wondering, is it happening because of less safe or less sanitary, or is it happening because they're more aware of it and they're catching it quicker and they're being very preventive of it? You see what I'm saying? Like maybe back in it, this is theories, just me and you talking, or me and you and the public talking. Do you think that it's always been issues, but that recalls just was missed and people got sick?
You know what? It could be. It could be. Um,
Because it definitely seemed like it's more recalls, but I'm maybe it's because they're stepping up.
yeah, I
Could not be. It may be not. I mean, of course, it's bad to hear it, but
yeah. And also, you got to think too. It could be dependent on the company and how their protocols are. Whoever said, because some companies are not that on it. On to what's going on, and you don't hear about these things till months later when you've eaten it, when it's been cooked, or some people probably got sick. A few people, maybe it hasn't been advertised as well. But yeah, I just think it just depends.
yeah. Okay. Well, as you can see, that's just a heads up. I think it's them being more aware. A lot of countries are so hyper focused on health and making sure that they're healthy, and they just literally don't even allow certain things because it's considered as poison.
Yeah.
And I think here in America, it's becoming more like that. They're being more cautious, more
Yeah.
watchful of healthy things, which is a good thing, I believe. Unless it's somebody that's like, I missed that red dye number 5 or whatever. I don't know. So
Yeah, and speaking of, since we're on the topic of food health, food safety, food health, but one of the things that we were talking about this week, Chris, and probably maybe even before then, is how important it is to pay attention to those labels. How important eating clean is, you know, because I would say this, and I've mentioned this several times. How, and I gave this example of a car. If a car have like gauges on it to tell you when you need to change your oil, or when you need to put gas in it, or when that car is not operating as it should, or it just kind of let you know, and you know when to go. It's time for a tune up. It's time for that. We need that for our bodies.
right.
So it's like when you're talking about health, or when you're seeing and noticing, oh well, my body functions better when this happens or when that happens. And for me, the reason I bring this up is because I have a new tool that I've been wearing for the last couple of weeks now. And and it's helped me. It has helped me to realize certain things about my body, how I feel better after eating certain things. And we're talking about the continuous glucose monitor. If you haven't watched any previous couple podcast, well, the previous podcast and the one ahead of that, I bring up some information about the continuous glucose monitors. But I want to say how much it's helped me, and how much I'm glad to have this information because it's like, even if I was like doing certain things, if I didn't have it, I wouldn't know how certain foods are affecting my health. So today, I would say this. Today, I can tell you that I've been watching my glucose levels and been aware, and even though it's went up sometimes, it's not as much as it was before. I'm telling you, I was like, well, should I just stop eating? I'm getting tired of seeing this thing going up. But I've learned some things, so let me look this up.
What have you learned?
I've learned that if I combine foods a certain way, I could pretty much have, barring that it's not too sugary, that I can really have certain things. I'm gonna give you an example. This week I love paydays. This paydays candy bar. Yeah, I love paydays. And I do love other paydays too.
Period. Just love payday.
Period. But when I eat the payday candy bar, I did not have a spike. Why? Because I just cut that candy bar in half, and along with that, I had some peanuts that I was eating with that too. So I ate that half a candy bar along with a handful of peanuts, and my levels did not really spike as high. In fact, it just spiked just a little bit. But that is very, very good compared to because one of the things that I was taught, because I was looking up this information, is pairing fats and fibers. Eating that either with the food or before you eat. Like, yes, like one of the meals I had a whole, like, some broccoli or like a salad. I eat my veggies first, and then I eat the other stuff. So that has helped too.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has helped me knowing that. I think the biggest thing I noticed that you noticed was that you was like, wait a minute, that caused my blood sugar to go up?
Yeah.
So it's the surprise of certain things that you wouldn't think that caused the spike. And just because of the spike is not a terrible thing. I think the health wise issue starts when it stays up there. It's like somebody just holding their hands up. After a while, it start hurting
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
because it can cause and trigger a lot of other things in the body. Versus it being a spike, you get a burst of energy maybe, and you use it before you store it. So everything is fair and nothing bad. But those spikes that happen and then they stay up there, and then you're inactive along with it, that's where things get interesting.
Inactive and sluggish.
And a lot of it that triggers it is unhealthy foods,
Yes, unhealthy foods and eating more.
sugary foods,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So eating, I try not to focus more. I try to focus more on the more of the healthier side of the foods, even though I do have the carbs or I do dessert, whatever. I'm very strategic about how I eat my foods now, and I think that has helped me mentally, and that's helped with the we had some weight loss too because we were doing fasting as well. So
So speaking of unhealthy, you want to know some of the unhealthy stuff
yes,
in this country here in America?
yes. Come on, let's see. Yeah, I want to
And
know.
some of these are not going to be. First of all, what do you? This is done from a thing called. Can you see this?
No.
Okay, American favorite junk food search laboratory by
Mm-hmm.
searches that was done by Top Foods
You
online.
mean the foods? We're talking about unhealthy foods,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Okay.
and you it's told by like what search for, what people may be ordering, some of the online
Okay.
popularity, which you assume, okay, they're looking for this food, they're talking, they're re-looking
Okay.
this food, that's what
Okay.
so a lot of so let's start with how about let's just keep it simple. We're doing five.
Okay.
So the top five, what do you think would fall in that top five?
All right. And we're talking about
We'll
American.
do 10. We'll do 10.
All right. We're talking about American foods.
American
Okay.
foods.
So these are the top. What I think are some of the top five that would crit or 10 or
And we
whatever.
talking about junk food.
Junk food. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
top 10.
So does fast food consider in that?
Junk food.
Okay. It's junk food. Okay. So I'm gonna say,
And it can be general. It don't have to be like a specific company or
got
something
it.
like that.
Hot dogs, hamburger.
Hold on.
Oh, hot
Calm down.
dogs.
I'm ready to let you
Okay.
know. Hot
Okay.
dogs is 8.
Oh,
So
number
you
eight.
fell
Really?
into the top 10. So and hamburgers is 9. Now,
What?
in other
I
searches I
thought it would
looked
be
at though,
higher.
hamburgers is one of the top ones that is consumed or eaten. But this is ones that like, man, people really interested in finding out or ordering this online. These are online.
And they
Now when
ordered this online.
they do a lot, just so y'all can understand, when they do a lot of the surveys though, people start getting into the burger and the cheeseburger. But we talking about from when you talk about America, see, this could have been surveys are usually done in a state.
Okay.
This is search all over the place. So this is from Florida to Hawaii to Alaska. So
Okay.
hamburgers are on there.
My next
But in
one.
some states, hamburger is probably number one. But
Next
you
one
got both of them.
is potato chips.
It's not in the top 10.
No potato chips. What about soda? Oh, wait, that's not. I don't know if they
Not
consider
food,
food.
no.
Okay, so what about candy bars?
No, it's going to be more.
Something that.
In some surveys, candy bars would count, but this is going to be more food that's like, hey, lunch, breakfast, or dinner.
Oh,
This item,
okay, junk food. Oh, donuts.
number 4.
Oh yeah, okay. You can't
And
order
this could be
ice
more
cream online.
popularity
Donuts.
versus eating.
Popcorn. I don't know if popcorn considered junk food because
It
popcorn
is,
can
but
be,
it's not on here.
yeah, popcorn can be whole grain. So let me, I shouldn't have.
But it could have been on here, but it's not.
All right, another junk food will
Because
be
again, I've seen some where it's focused on popcorn, potato chip, stuff like that. But
cookies.
you know,
Cookies are not.
but I'm gonna give you a hint. It's something that is connected to cookies. You be like, this one cookies,
Ice cream?
ice cream.
How can you order ice cream online? I wouldn't say that because I wouldn't think that ice cream be something you order online.
Maybe for this, maybe it's
Or
it's researched. It's searched in interest.
okay, well,
Yeah,
interesting. I need to look and see what
I'm not.
companies
Listen,
are.
this is not done by the World Food Commission or something. This is just a snapshot of something that was looked up online of interest.
Okay,
Yeah.
another one would be cake. Lord have mercy, cake is not on there. All right, well,
And just to help you out, I would start looking more at the foods versus desserts.
dessert. Gotcha. Okay,
You got some good ones out of the way. You got the donuts and the ice cream out of the way.
this is hard now.
Well, I'll give you some more hints. Some of them are breakfast related.
Breakfast. Muffins, bagels.
Junk food.
You know
Let me
what?
help you out.
I'm going
Some Jordan makes all the time, and they're
noodles,
not pancakes.
waffles.
Waffles. Number 10.
Waffles,
Number 10.
waffles. I
Waffle. That's
wouldn't
what nobody thinking
consider. I
waffles.
wouldn't consider waffles a
Also,
junk
along with that, you
food.
got to think all over the. And the United States is a huge place. Then French toast, because
Okay,
these things are carb, high carb.
I got you.
Then people put syrup all over them and all kind of sugary stuff.
Syrup should be on there.
That's that's a compliment or condiment or something.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give you number one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one is pizza.
Pizza. Oh yeah,
Pizza.
that I had that on my brain
Number
when I
three
said
is
right now.
tacos.
These considered junk food.
You named a lot of them, so I'm jumping to the ones you didn't name. Number six is fried chicken.
Junk food, fried chicken.
Number seven is burritos.
Burritos.
See,
Okay.
I think people don't realize how vast the country we live in, and there's different cultures within there. So something you may not think, you're like, well, really, I eat tacos, but not that. But that's a junk food a lot. That's a food that a lot of people eat. Hamburgers is really popular in other states where it would be number one. Pizza somewhere else would be number one.
That's true because you got a variety
The
of.
waffles probably popular in Hawaii. I don't know. That's why I gave you a whole big litany of things. Some people are just breakfast people. They don't even really eat.
That's true.
And then hot dogs is 8, which I think you might have said hot dogs. So
Yes, I
you
did.
covered the rest. You did a good job.
Well, thank you.
You covered them.
I didn't think I did. Look at pizza. Pizza up there.
Pizza is way by far the most looked into junk food
Amazing.
that a lot of people check into.
And please be aware too, if you are in
We ain't talking about the
love,
thin crust spinach pizza. You know, we're talking about your average pizza that probably pepperoni pizza, meat pizza, or something.
and if you notice, if you're online, if you are in love with some of these, there are healthier options
Right.
to some of the foods that we even
To your point.
named that could be, could possibly make your pizza more healthy, or you can take it out of the junk food category if it's prepared a certain way. So yeah, that is interesting. I like
And
that.
I was shocked by, and I don't know if we mentioned this last week, but me and you was talking about this. I was shocked by just some of the stuff that makes you spite, some of the more bready stuff, or stuff, even like you said, like I assume you can tell me, since thin pretzels can spike, when do you think thin crust pizza can spike?
Yeah, I have not tried
Unless you
pizza
load it
yet.
with vegetables.
So I haven't tried pizza yet because I already know. Now, what I will do is I
Yes.
will try. When I try pizza, I'm going to make sure I have a very nice size Greek salad with it
How
first.
about
So
we do this one day? Just along with the Greek salad. We do the thin crust, but we load it up with veggies and see how that affects versus a meat pizza. Proteins versus vegetables on a thin crust.
yeah, I can,
We can
but
make it.
I don't even know if it even matters if it's a meat pizza or a veggie pizza. But I can try both of them because that'll be some good numbers to test.
See
Okay,
how the spikes look.
yeah, what? Yeah, let's see the spike slope of a pizza. If I eat Greek salad before the pizza, one pizza will be veggie, and then the next
And the
day
one thing I know
I
for
can
sure,
try meat
and
pizza.
from just myself and observing others, you are going to feel different having. Think about it. Think about if we just had meats and veggies. And think about if you didn't eat any veggies and it was all meat. Think about how you would feel because your body processes it slow and you may not spike. But sometimes people don't react that well to a pork or a beef or a chicken, which is usually your normal poultry meats that you eat. Versus if you ate a pizza and it was, or if you just ate all veggies, you ate the onions and broccoli and peppers and
Oh yeah,
olives, mushrooms, things that come like that, how
yeah.
you would feel.
You see, you are onto something, Christopher. Because one of the things that I was noticing is the more variety I had on my plate, the more balanced it was, the better that spike was. And if there was a spike, and how it goes down pretty quickly. And also, since we've lost about what 8 or 9 pounds. I don't know. We haven't really checked it. We'll probably do that next week.
Yeah.
But as the weight loss comes down, the the managing of the insulin, my body's managing insulin better as opposed to when I first started. But I'm gonna say this: the better the plate is balanced. If I just had just the carbs on the plate, because I can just go and just pick up some fries and just eat them, my blood sugar would spike. But if I have the fries, or if I had salad with it, or some broccoli with it before, or a nice, let's say avocado, I can make some avocado fries. If I had a nice fat with it, then that spike is going to be less. So to me, honestly, and as Chris said, he noticed the different variety of foods that I'm eating and how that spike level is, the better balanced my plate is, my diet is, the better I not only do I feel, but I'm satiated as far as being satisfied longer, as opposed to just eating a straight carbs, or a sandwich that had, like, if I have a sandwich or a burger, let's say this, because I did have a burger
Hamburger.
the other day, but I had, because this restaurant chain, I don't know if it is a fast food chain.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to call their names,
Mm.
but Chris don't want me to. But I was able. They sold steamed broccoli, so I got steamed broccoli. I ate that steamed broccoli first, then ate a sandwich. It was half of a sandwich because once I finished all that broccoli, I didn't want to eat the whole
There you
sandwich. So you
go.
see, so and I did not go past that line, So I did not get that traditional spike I normally would get had I ate it differently. I don't even know if I ate fries that day with that. I think I was good. So having your favorite food, but preparing for it is so important. And when you're thinking and strategizing, so that is what I'm doing. I'm in a perimenopause state with me. I'm not in menopause, but my
The
body is preparing for
menopause.
menopause, which means I have different symptoms, and I got to watch how I'm fasting. I got to watch how I'm dieting because it could all backfire on me. But when I'm strategizing this way, to me, it helps me so much. Even though, like, one day I think was like, you know what, let's do a 3-day fast, water fast. I'm talking about water fast. I could not go to 24 hours because my mind, or the perimenopause, said, no, you're not, girl. You're not fasting because you are going to eat because I
Uh-uh.
need you to eat.
That's right. You better get something in.
so, so that, I mean, I did, but strategizing helps me.
Don't give up. Like that's what me and Angela do it all the time. You're gonna adjust. You're gonna maybe say, I wanted to do 2 or 3 days fast, but your body and mind may not link up. It's okay to adjust and say, you know what, I'm not the three. Let me do two. In fact, let me do one, and then my half a day, I'll start do it like an OMAD, and then start into my second day, and then probably have one meal that day or two. But you adjust. You don't just say, "Oh man, I last month that was my goal and I didn't." You gotta
Mm-hmm.
adjust your game plan, and I promise you, you're still gonna hit the goals. And the key, you even said
Yeah.
it. did you say at the top of the show? Or maybe we said it after, before we even started about, we was talking, oh no, we was talking to Jalen. Active. That's the one thing you can continue to do. Even if you have to adjust how your meal plans are, or adjust how you intake things, you can amp up, or same thing with your activity. Keep trying to hit. I'm doing 3 miles a day. I'm doing 4 miles
Yes.
a day.
And we did an excellent job this week. We've done really good with the activity levels, and we noticed big improvements as well, as far as how we are walking, and the distance too. So, and how we feel afterwards, and our motivation for it. There have been plenty of times or plenty of days that I or Chris will say, I just don't feel like walking, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, because
You
Angela
got,
says something.
yeah,
But the key too is speaking of motivation, find it, create it. Angela would say, "Hey, let's do this, Chris," and then we got trips or something. Those are big motivators for me. That
yes,
got me like in my mind where I got to be here by the time we get to that particular motivator. So you guys need to plan your cruises, plan your family outings, plan your personal outings, plan some, even if it's a reunion cookout, or some having to go back to reunion with your school. Say, hey, when that comes up, my goal is to be in this area.
yes.
And you notice I said this area, because if you try to say, oh, I want to be right at exactly 1.1 pound, some number, and then you imagine you don't hit it. So if you create an area, your body's gonna do your mind and body's gonna do everything can to hit it, and it's gonna be within your area, which motivates you to continue on.
Yes.
Just the main thing is don't give up, man.
Don't give up, because I'm not giving up. I couldn't fast that day. I said, well, I'm going to do something else. So I'm not giving up, and really the goal is to get the weight off and to feel better. My goal, as long as I get there, what does it matter how I do it, how we get there,
Don't stop believing. Remember that song?
Yes.
That's the key. Don't stop believing.
Brought back to
Don't stop
the 80s or 90s.
I think it's 80s.
Okay.
Maybe late 80s, early 90s.
Every time I hear that, I think
But
about
don't stop
that.
the music. Now, that's
think about
2000s.
arcade. I think about
Don't stop
arcade.
the
I think
music.
about pizza. Pizza Planet.
And I like it. Sorry, go ahead.
So I just think about things back in the day that I think about when I hear that song or hear things about that's nostalgic.
I ain't missing you at all. Remember that?
Yes.
Since you've been gone. I hit the high note.
Yeah, damn.
That's not how it was. It was more raspy. Missing you. And someone was playing the bass. Boom, boom. Anyway, when that fact goes away, I ain't missing that at all.
No,
that's my point.
No, we're going to say goodbye.
And when it goes away, y'all say, I ain't missing you at all. But you're going to have to miss us till next week at the Spice.
Oh,
Life. This big Chris. That's Angela. See you next time, guys.
Life. Bye-bye.